All right, hello, and thank you for attending our presentation. I'm sorry if I can't meet you with you in person today, but this is our recording of the presentation we're going to go over today. Rock your holidays with great promotion, giving yourself the gift of new customers. And let's start off with some brief introductions. My name is Andrew Gagne, and I am the founder of Foundry Social, a social engagement company that teaches other companies how to use their social to the max. Here are my contact information: foundrysocial@gmail.com, foundrysocial.com/foundrysocial, and at foundrysocial for Twitter. And also you can go to the Twitter and use the @foundrysocial at the beginning of your message to send us any questions you have regarding the presentation during our normally scheduled presentation time between 11:30 and 12:30. And I'll be happy to take your questions in real time as well. So the Constant Contact Toolkit, let's go over this real quick. This is the environment that we work in when we talk about the presentations. Now, the information works generally across all platforms, all social engagement platforms, and none at all if you're just using Facebook and Twitter directly. But when we're talking about best practices, this is the environment that we work in. These are the tools that we use. Just so you know what Toolkit is if it ever comes up in conversation. So, are you ready? Holiday spending, of course, increases during the closer we get to Christmas and New Year's, and holiday online sales will also increase by almost twofold, by more than twofold. It is a time-based opportunity, so we want to make sure we seize the moment. And for a bunch of businesses, in fact, many businesses, big stores and small alike, will see this as a enormous boost to their sales. In fact, my first job was working the holiday season at Target, just for this very reason. So what we're going over today is take advantage of this boost in sales, this increased almost automatic engagement by the audience around the country. We want to have a plan. We want to have a purpose or an offer. So what are they going to get for coming to see you? How do you set up a campaign to take advantage of this? And then how do you follow through on all of the positive engagement you end up creating if you're doing this very well? So first off, let's start out with where you are today. Do you have a plan, an offer, something ready to go, or are you just sort of in the planning phases, like you want to take advantage of the last 2 weeks before Christmas? And in doing that, are you online? Are you talking to your people? Are you already having these conversations, and are you engaged with your audience? Do you have a following on any of these social outlets? So that's going to be the first place to go to. And just so you know, in case anyone ever tells you that email is dead, for everyone who has a social account, they have an email address. And it's better to think of an email social networking as a network you control, versus Pinterest and Twitter and Facebook are social networks that other people control that you participate in. So just keep that in mind. If you have access to people through their email, that's probably a great place to start. So having a plan. Want to know what your marketing goal is. So what's your intent? Do you want to reach new customers? Do you want to drive some new business or some repeat business? Do you want to motivate people? If not all business has to be business. If you're working for the sake of a nonprofit or charity or church, you can use these skills as a business owner to help them achieve their goals. And this also comes back to help you as a business when you do charitable work, charity activities, as it gives you this sort of feel-good reputation within your community. And it's something that you can post on your website. That's not just all business all the time. And of course, not everything has to be about sales. Building a network takes time. And so like I mentioned earlier, if you're in the beginning phases of what we're talking about getting the sales, you're just sort of starting out, you don't have a huge following, you don't have anybody talking to you. Well, maybe this is a great time to take advantage of that activity to get people involved in your networks. So secondly, how are you going to engage with your customers? Now, of course, there will be a lot of face-to-face engagement. This will be happening very, very quickly. So you're not going to have a whole ton of time really to tell them, oh, hey, go visit our Facebook and our Twitter. I absolutely strongly recommend the use of QR codes. You can go to qrstuff.com and make some for free, print them out, and direct people to the QR code. If you have a Toolkit account, You can have something called text to join. So you can also have a phone number up there that people can text the word to, and they will receive a reply text from the Constant Contact system and it'll instruct them on how to get added into your email list. So whatever you do to automate the flow of process when you're engaging with people to get them involved in your network is helpful. But focusing on your choice of engagement, what are you going to do to get people to come talk to you? Are you giving them a discount for the increased sales number? Are you offering free shipping or deals? Gift cards are very, very popular. It's also a great way to cross network with businesses in a chamber event or a other business network like the Accelerated Business Exchange. Also, gifts with purchases are very, very popular. Just little bitty things, wreaths and other Christmas-focused items like decorated pine cones, for instance, are great examples of that. So Boloco is a great company that Constant Contact likes to go to when they're using them as an example. They actually make burritos, and they're in northeast part of the U.S., and they do very well on their social stuff. But this is an example of an offer that they sent through their email, just as an example. So know what they want. When you're talking about knowing what people want, the more segmented you can make your list based on demographic information such as age, gender, maybe income level, or preferences that you've decided that are important to your market, the more divided, the more focused you can make your offer, the better the response is going to be, of course. So there are the people who are just window shopping or are just coming in once a year because they happen to be out. There are the people who come in all the time, and there are the people who are new and they're being brought in. And this is very exciting when you meet someone that, oh, I didn't know y'all were here. Well, fantastic. This is great. This is a great time to add them into your network. And of course, you also have your regular customers, the people who come in infrequently maybe, but regular enough for you to know who they are. Those are some great groups. I'll just go back and look at that one more time. Just so you know, VIPs, your new people, your regular customers, and the seasonal or the people who are what we call supporters that don't buy from you but come in often and are willing to like and share content that you create. So reaching with email, you can do lots of different things with email, such as the coupons and discounts. You can offer all of those offers through your email system, and it should be really easy. You are going to need to use a program, a system. This isn't something you can do through Gmail alone, although Gmail does have Flash issue that may allow you to do that. MailChimp definitely allows you to do this, and so does Constant Contact's Toolkit. Now, those guys, I don't know if they do everything, but everything you see here, it does work inside of Toolkit, where you can monitor these different metrics. So talking about email, then, we want to be really clear, keep it simple, less than 3 paragraphs. Starting, of course, with the most important part being the subject line. We say 2 words, 2 seconds today. You want to get your subject line in the basic meaning in 2 words. You don't want to take more than maybe 2 seconds to think about it, and it needs to be something that you can write down today. So don't worry about planning out too far. Subject lines need to be sort of inspirational, and that requires you to just sort of relax and focus on what the topic is, and it'll come to you. Also, being very clear, you want to keep these offers. There are 3 different offers. All of them are different. So it's not really helping you out. You want to have one offer, one single thing that you're focusing on. Make it one big deal right at the bottom. And the reason that you want to do this, let's go back and look at this again. Okay. So here's an email. The first thing you see are the sales pitches, and that's the first thing you're going to skip, or you might this is your prime real estate, and this is not how you would open a conversation in real life. You wouldn't walk up to a friend and say, "Hi, John, I have a 30% discount," and then stop and wait for them to figure out if they want to buy your product or not. No, you would start, "Hi, John, how was your holidays? I hope you're having a good year. And by the way, did you know our store has a 30% discount, or in this case, 50 cents off of any Wise snack offer." So put that offer on the bottom, but make it big. Make it a single thing. Be really clear instead of a bunch of little things. So this is a sort of Thanksgiving, but you want to include the social every time you have an email, and every time you have an email, you want to include a social. What is it? You want to include your email and your social, and you want to include your social and your email. So when it opens up, it has all the details that people, in all the different ways people can interact with you, and the same offers on all these different channels. Also, Pinterest is a unique channel because it only hosts pictures, but it is also a fantastic way to get your content shared. So if you have graphic art, you can post it up. You can go to Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com is a great place to get some graphics done real quick, real cheap. And also you can pull stuff from Pinterest to use as your own content, by the way. And of course, everyone's on Facebook. So when you post stuff here on Facebook, it's pretty much guaranteed that your audience exists somewhere on there. Facebook also does a really good job targeting your specific market if you can identify the metrics and demographics that matter to that market. So moving on from the specifics of email, don't forget to be social with your social media. It's not a sales pitch. This is an informational, hey, I wanted to let you know sort of a thing, not buy now, last chance. This is an encouragement offer, not a fear-based offer thing. So be sure to share your email newsletters of your social stuff, post offers online, take lots of pictures. If you have something, an object or people that you're working with, take pictures, write testimonials, get video, essentially pics or it didn't happen sort of thing. And it's really important for that, because remember, people are consuming lots of data all the time. And if you can make it easier, faster, better for them to do that data consumption, the better they're going to remember you. And pictures are worth 1,000 words. Just remember that one. So also try to spark conversations. The more time people spend on your product pages, the better they're going to remember you, the more likely they are to either buy something or recommend you. So ask sort of in-depth questions about what they think of your products or services. Usually that'll do it. So again, continuing on, what is your offer? Some examples, again, discounts or download. You can get a PDF book to download or share, especially if you're following people on LinkedIn. Your industry leaders on LinkedIn will often publish ebooks and offer them for distribution pretty regularly. And you ought to be able to go find some good stuff to download to offer as a shared download. If you're hosting events, or if you're hosting a big update to your store for the season, that's a great way to invite people to come and see it. Are you offering a business-to-business service or hints and tips as the subject matter expert of whatever it is that you do? And again, back to that charity, are you supporting a cause for the season, or, coats for kids or toys for tots or whatever it is that your company is doing? What are you doing? Tell people about it. Don't just do it in the dark. You need to let people know, hey, this is what we did. This is how you participate, kind of a thing. It's sort of tooting your own horn. Again, just some more specific examples of all kinds of offers, kinds of downloads, kinds of events. By the way, we have a separate presentation on events. Don't be scared to charge for them if you want to, or a Christmas party where you can invite your audience to. Business-to-business services, of course, a very popular time when businesses are very busy and they need professional help to make them more streamlined. Of course, any hints and tips are incredibly popular. This is also the best video subject matter for a company to do, a business to do, because it's just so simple to come up with a list of 8 things. And then instead of just listing 8 things that people hate to read, make a video of what those 8 things are. You are the subject matter expert. You can do that. It's super easy. And talk to me, and I'll give you some tools that'll help you in doing that. Most of them are on your cell phone, actually, your mobile. So again, supporting a cause, it's not just that you did something in the past, it's something that you're actively doing now. So yeah, it would need to be holiday focused. It would need to be something that you're actively participating in and that you're inviting people to also participate in. This is a very popular thing to do, and it is a great way to engage your audience in things that matter to you as a company. So once you understand what your purpose is, okay, what do I want to accomplish? What's the offer I'm going to use to accomplish that? How do we set it up so that it rolls smoothly forward from start to finish without me having to jump in there and fix stuff? Because as a business owner, you're going to be busy. You are going to be maxed out for time. You're not going to want to go back and rework problems. So let's do the setting up well so it just rolls forward and you don't have to do anything more. So what is a campaign? When we talk about a campaign, what we mean is we're going to push content out to our audience, and then we're going to expect them to do something that pulls a response back to us. So this would be an example of, I'm going to give you a discount because you're part of my network, and then I expect you to buy product from me. That's push pull. And not only buy a product, but then comment that you're buying a product, share that you bought a product, share that you got a discount, share the discount with your network. By the way, when we talk about discounts, I do want to make this distinction really clearly. It is very bad for you as the company to introduce your product or service at a lower price to a new customer that has done nothing to get that product discount. You really want to offer discounts and promotional pricing to people who are in your network, and preferably to people who have been active in your network, not just generally to your network, which is where you would go back to your segmented list and you'd see your VIPs in there. Okay, that list is the people who get the discount. And if you want to get the discount, you need to be part of the list. You have to share content. You have to talk about us online. You need to come and talk to us and tell us what you've been doing, so we know who you are. And if they want to share the discount through their networks, it's sort of like the insider club that they're inviting their friends to join. So if other people want to introduce other people, if your network wants new clients at a discounted price from what the offer they have, that's different. Don't do it yourself, because you're sort of saying I'm not worth as much as I'm actually worth when you do that. So when you go into your campaigns, make it timely. You sort of want to leverage those smart dates. By the way, Thursday, December 22nd is not the correct time date. The Thursday is the 25th, the last week of Christmas. So you'd probably want to do Tuesday, which would be, or Monday, which would be the 22nd. So they'll get those last minute shoppers in. The week before is also a good time. But probably 2 or 3 days before the actual Christmas day or the holiday itself is a good target time, because that's when everyone's rushing out to buy stuff or do things. Notify the shipping deadline. So you see this everywhere when you buy online. If you have an online store that you ship something to, be sure to tell people by this date to get it on time, sort of a thing. Because the last thing you want is a disgruntled customer that says, oh, I bought on December 23rd a package and I got overnight priority shipping, but you know what? Overnight priority shipping started on the 24th. And so they're not going to get it until the 27th when all the delivery people come in. And then it's too late and all of their family have left and they're upset and it's their fault. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because they're going out creating negative content for you. So be sure to tell them. So making it easy. This is a lot of words. All right. So we want to help them find the right gift. So keep it simple. All right. So if I have to, this list here is a lot of links of things that this company is selling. And I have to read that. And remember, my eyes are already fatigued. I've probably been researching and commenting and Facebooking and playing Angry Birds for hours before I've even gotten to your content. So my eyes are fatigued as the consumer. So make it easy by offering, again, those pictures with the important parts are big, bolded letters. In less than a sentence, you can get your point across, and then maybe a small 1 or 2 sentence description of what it is that you're selling. But utilize these pictures and images to make it just easier on your customer to go, I want that. And again, remember curb appeal. It's very important that something look good for me to want to buy it, especially if I'm in the holiday buying festive mood. And again, use design wisely, limit choices to 3. Okay, that's just a rule of thumb. In case you ever notice, gas pumps don't ever have more than 3 or less than 3. They have just 3. And using design wisely, whatever the most profitable thing that there is for you to sell at a discounted price or as a promotional item, put that in the middle. Because people tend to do this very interesting thing where if they see 1, 2, and 3, they will go with number 2. They go in the middle every time. Just if they don't really know what they want, but they want to buy from you, that's what they'll buy. So put the most profitable thing using your designs in the middle, so that if they just wanted to go for the default option, that's what they'll do. And again, make it engaging. We talk about text, that's sort of the baseline communication over social engagement, social channels. Pictures makes it easy to understand what it is you're talking about. But if you want to sort of deepen the relationship you have with your existing clientele, then video is where it's at. This is where you get to sit there and actually talk to your audience, to show them real time what it is that you're doing. This makes it more real to them. And so we call it super engagement when we get those videos out there. So anyway, people love to click on videos. They love to watch videos. This is great stuff. And also gives you a chance to spotlight product, services, and customers in real time. It sort of simulates the face-to-face effect of you actually being there. So it's a great way to promote your business and what you're doing. And you can share it. I don't know if you've ever seen the video feature on Facebook, but it'll start to autoplay if people hover over it, if it's on there. It's really nifty tools. And again, there's other tool sets to go and make this easier. We'll have probably a separate presentation on that if you want to learn more. So make it engaging with reviews. This is sort of the social proofing. You know, I want to read the review. I don't want to be the first person to buy something. So it might even be worth it to give something away or to let someone try it. And then while they're trying stuff out in your store, ask them to write a review of the product. Because everyone's out there looking for the best, okay? And again, if you happen to be that engaging and that in tune with your audience that you can actually be there while they're looking over your product and trying things out. You notice Sam's Club actually has adopted this model where they have all of their stuff on demo. You can go and try out the food, or they have product experts come in and give presentations on things like vacuum cleaners or cookware or certain kinds of fresh fish that they sell in the back market, and they have a big presentation and a stage demo. And so the whole reason they do that is because people come in, they have a chance to try it, and then they're asked to write a review, to comment on it. Hey, take pictures, post to your social, whatever. That's the whole point of doing this. So you know, there's no problem in copying what the big boys are doing, because the big boys are spending lots of money to figure out what works, and you can just walk in there, see that, and copy in your own store. Again, you got to ask. People will come in, look at it, go, oh, that's pretty, and move on to the next thing, unless you ask. And then in which case they'll go, yeah, sure, I'd love to. And it needs to be a non-generic ask, like, hey, can you write a review for this? We'll get a, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then they walk off and forget. It says, hey, can you take a picture and post this to Facebook and tell people what you thought about it? That's sort of the call to action. And that's a very popular word in the social engagement circle, social marketing calls to action. Make sure to very specific set of simple instructions for someone to follow, simply because they're not really interested in doing the review, but they're willing to do it. So just the simpler and easier you can make it, the better it is for everyone. Also, try to go out and include relevant reviews, ratings, and quotes in your own product descriptions. Again, every chance you get to socially validate the value of what you're offering, the more real it becomes, the more valuable it becomes to the people who are coming to look at your products on your social channels and on your websites, and of course in your store if you have one. Making content shareable means making it small and making it concise for the most part. Also keeping it relatively within the one single frame of an email is a good idea, good rule of thumb. So those are just design tips. When we talk about making it shareable, there's the share bar, which you can see in that top portion up there. What that means is people can share over their own social networks your content. Simple share, which is when you design an email in Constant Context Toolkit, you get to the end, and when you go to the scheduling, at the bottom of the scheduling, there is a simple share bar. And when you click that, it'll create automatic filler posts over any connected social networks, namely Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and they're adding Google Plus if they haven't already to that, so that it'll automatically post the email content to your social networks in a nice little post. Also, don't forget to ask people, again, that call to action. They'll look at your content and forget it, but you can ask them to like it or share it or retweet it. So avoiding using too much text. Again, no one wants to read. Everyone's reading all this stuff all the time. Their eyes are fatigued. They're busy. There's just a lot of text. Okay, cut it down to maybe 3 or 4 sentences, and then have a link to your website. And this is where having a website is a great idea. You know, why should I have a website? Okay, this is why you should have a website. You have the full description of whatever it is that you're offering on your website, and you have the basic 2 or 3 sentence short version on your email or in your social posts with a link to the full description, along with a picture, of course, on the mobile version. So, and that's just, again, people are only going to be scanning through your content. You might have half a second. So in half a second, how much can you read? That's the amount of words you need to put in your little description. Again, avoiding multiple columns. This is a more mobile, you're making mobile friendly methodology. And we're not talking about rearranging your website. We're talking about rearranging your email. Because when a mobile platform opens your email, and again, Constant Contact is designed to be open in mobile. It is automatically mobile friendly. However, just to make things simpler, to make sure that no one misunderstands the wrong thing ever, if you build in just one column with your emails, then it shows up. Now, this is an example of an email opened on a mobile device with multiple columns. The formatting was wrong because it's designed to not open pictures. This may happen, and again, it doesn't matter that it's your consumer's fault for having a setting or an older device or an older OS that doesn't operate to standards. It's your responsibility to make sure they can see your content because you're asking them to buy your stuff. So when you remove those columns, you don't have this problem. Make, again, those calls to action very, very clear. So highlighted, underlined, linkable sections of text are a great idea. And at the bottom, if you want to learn more, that's okay. Remember, okay is good enough. So better. Yes, there you go, highlighted. So let's review. Small, hard to see. Better, that it's more of it, all in one spot. And then super simple, streamlined, right there at the bottom, highlighted. Excuse me for my gravelly voice. It's a little cold season for me here as well. So again, avoid tiny fonts. You want at least 12 point, probably 14 is what I like to use. 22-point headlines and 11-point body text. I really like to use a 14-point body text that forces me to use less words, be more concise, and I find that my emails are better to read that way. But again, 22-point for your headlines is best practice. And again, of course, you can see here, the bigger it is, the easier it is to read. And again, just the fewer words you have to use to get it within that space. So the more concise you're being, I promise you this makes your emails much better. All right, so we talked about using images earlier. When it comes to mobile, the default setting is to not show images. So use your images carefully so that they don't get this black or gray box with a red X on it. That was an actual image. So be sure to add a description in the image so people know what they're talking about, but also make the image sort of small and off to the side so that people can see the text if they can't see the image. In other words, don't let the image be the only thing people can use to get your information. Be sure to include actual text under the image describing what it is that you're doing. So again, keeping it simple. This is a very popular example for Constant Contact on Donna's Gourmet Cookies. So you just takes a picture. Yep, we have them. A couple people like it. One person shares. That share goes to this person. She then her friend Cindy wants to buy some cookies. So this is just an example on how social works, but it had to be simple in order for people to go, oh, I like that, let me share it. So 1 week of Facebook post. This is just an example. You should schedule your posting. You can do this with Hootsuite for scheduling posts throughout your social channels. Facebook now allows you to schedule posts in advance. And Constant Contact, of course, allows you to schedule emails that can post socially as well. Constant Contact also has a really cool promotions tool that will auto-schedule a series of emails to go out, a series of social posts to go out over your networks automatically, and you can schedule that here. So again, just an example, morning, noon, morning, afternoon, noon sort of a thing. And you want to have one post a day. So Facebook is 3 to 5 times a day, 3 to 5 times a week. You should post something to your Facebook page from your business. And these are examples. And the reason that the middle one says fill in the blank is that is one of the most popular options for engagement, getting people to add their own opinion into a question. Now, I will say this, I've been seeing a lot of these posts that are sort of melodramatic, sort of like, if my friends like me, they'll like it here, or if you don't like me, I'll know I'm alone, or whatever it is. That is crap. Excuse my language. But people come to your website for happiness. So be happy with your posting. Do not use drama or making people feel bad in order to get them to like and share your content. Be happy. So again, sample playbook. Now you will all be receiving the PDF version of the slides in the follow-up email. So you'll be able to go through this again and use this as an example, but you should definitely plan your post out, especially for a big month like the holidays, for retail and business to business purposes. So again, automating as much as you can. In Toolkit, and I'm certain that programs like MailChimp allow this too. It's called an autoresponder. You can have people who get in touch with you, get an email back that says, hey, this is what we're doing. Here are the details of what we're up to. Again, you can pre-schedule campaigns, and you can set up welcome and update messages as people join your networks or come to see you. And again, creating a series of autoresponders for what happens when people join your email list, or what happens when people click on your video afterwards, is a great plan to have. So again, using a scheduling tool, so it's all planned out. So again, during the week, during the actual days of sale, and then of course afterwards when you're finally at home, you're doing all of the work in your business. So you don't have time to go and craft social posts. And this is where a lot of people sort of mess up, is they say, oh, I don't have time. Well, you're right. I mean, you have a job that you do from 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. every day when you own a business, and that takes up all of your time. And so you need to dedicate 2 or 3 hours a week to planning out your post in advance, so that your posts still go out even though you're busy doing other stuff. Again, Hootsuite, my personal favorite, very good. MarketMe Suite, also very good, but a little more expensive. Make sure you listen and respond. Again, 3 to 5 times a week is a standard across all social channels. And again, if you're using a planning tool, you can just link your social outlets to your planner, and then it'll post to all those social channels. But I'll say this, social channels like Facebook are getting wise to this, and they want genuine content for their users. And so these sorts of planners are being filtered out. The priority of their content is much, much lower artificially. So Facebook wants you to actually be on their website using their stuff. So it is probably a good time, schedule maybe 3 of the 5 posts on each of the social channels through something like Hootsuite, and then actually go to those places and take a picture and post something there, or schedule a post inside the actual social tool. So again, if you're not measuring, you're not marketing. Marketing depends on metrics. Metrics are the numbers we pull from what people do. And in Toolkit, and I know that every other major program out there does this, but I like Toolkit because I'm familiar with it. It shows you who opened what happened, what emails didn't go through, what people clicked on in your email, what links they use, and then if they forwarded it, if they shared it, and who they were. You can actually create your VIP list. And this is where I create my VIP list for the people who get the special access to my presentations or to my offers that I get from my business contacts who are looking to promote through me. This is where I create those lists. So who's not only opening my email, but who actually clicks on the links, who registers well in advance, who forwards and shares my email. Those are big deals to me. And of course, you can export full, really easy to filter, easy to use reports into CSV or Excel formats for your databases. Also, again, you can pull this up, just an engagement lifetime of what happened and for how long, and where the sources of those things came from. Again, if you're doing deals online, you can connect your toolkit to your PayPal account or your bank account and pull that revenue directly from your emails and from your social posts as people buy from you that way. So again, so what are your next steps? Okay, so quick review. Know your goal, have a plan. Know what you're offering to achieve that goal, and then make it timely so that people have about a 2-week window. I forgot to mention that earlier. You want people to have about a 2-week window to take advantage of your deal, and then remind them sort of at the very last minute that, hey, look, this is now. So in case you were wondering, these are the prices. This is what it costs to use Toolkit. There's a 60-day trial period for the Essentials package. And in case you're wondering, the basic package is just the email and content management and social sharing. So it doesn't include the planner. It doesn't include a library. Essentials package includes everything. It's just sort of smaller in scope. And the Ultimate package gives you a personal one-on-one coach. Now, I'm available for coaching purposes if you belong to my network. However, my time is often split between multiple companies. In fact, it's always split between multiple companies or people or events or what's going on. The Ultimate package at $195 gives you your own personal coach from Constant Contact with the same skill set that I have, and they will make sure that everything works well inside of your system, and they'll help you build out your emails and your networks. So yeah, it's a lot more expensive, but you get a lot more for it. And this is just another list of what comes with the packaging. You can go ahead and look through. It's also included in the PDF version, and the link to buy a Constant Contact account or get a trial will be included in that email as well. And this concludes our presentation. Thank you for attending. Thank you for being accommodating to this sort of crazy time as people get back from the Thanksgiving travel season. And if you have any questions, don't forget to send them to Twitter at Foundry Social. Send them to me and I will answer right away. You can also send me an email at foundrysocial@gmail.com, and I will get that right away and be able to answer it too. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you next time.